Okay, setting up my meeting for Facebook Live. It says we're live, but I don't think we are yet. So if we are, we are. But if we're not, here we go. Okay. Hey there,
Hi.
everyone. Hey, it's Dr. Minnie who's with me. My name is Laura Chattington. I am one of the founders of Offer Accelerator Live. We are here to catch up to talk about kind of high ticket offers, I guess, aren't we, Dr. Minnie? I'm hoping Dr. Minnie is still there, but you've frozen. So we are here and we're going to be talking about sort of what are some of the reasons that you want to go high ticket. And actually, Dr. Minnie and I were talking before this about what it was like being running a business with low ticket offers and some of the experiences we had. And we were talking about the overwhelm that we were feeling just trying to run our businesses and trying to balance everything that involved there. And I was explaining I was coming back from my, hopefully Dr. Min is back.
I'm back. Sorry, guys. This is live. These things happen when you're
This is
live.
live. You left me right at the start. I was like, oh, what was
I
I
hope I'm
doing?
going to stick around.
So I was just saying that we were having a conversation before we got on about life, what life was like when we were having low ticket offers in our businesses. And I was telling you a story where I was actually in between. I had my job and I had a coaching business, and I had so much to think about and so many sort of clients to deal with. I remember coming back from like my meeting and sitting out. I used to sit outside opposite my house. I had two young kids, and I just sit opposite my house. Like, I just need 10 minutes just to like rest before I walk in that door, and the kids are like blah, 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 and all that stuff. And it's just total overwhelm of having to deal with so many clients, isn't it? Right?
It is. I agree with you so much. I always think about numbers in my head, and one of the numbers that always comes up for me is if I want to make $100,000 in a year, how many clients do I have to see with my low ticket offer, which was around $200? That's
Mm,
500 people that you have to serve
mm,
in a year, versus if you have a high ticket offer of $5,000 or $10,000, you only need 10 or 20
yeah,
people in a year to still make that same goal.
yeah.
And that just allows you to breathe a little bit, because you're right. When you have that many people that you're trying to serve, um, it's a lot of personalities and a lot of everyone's different, right? So everyone's going to
Mm,
have a little bit of a different need. And I used to come home and actually not even spend time with the kids. I felt like I was always working in my office. So I didn't want that anymore. I was done with that whole just letting work take over
yeah,
my life. I became an entrepreneur because I wanted to start my own business and have freedom.
yeah,
And so I had my business, but I didn't have freedom. And so when
yeah.
I learned about high ticket offers and how to run those, it was like a game changer for the business.
Mm, mm. And we're going to talk about all the reasons why high ticket offers are game changers. But just another sort of thing I wanted to mention as well is when you use those numbers, when you say 500 clients in a year, I get like this slightly sinking feeling in my stomach. And it's not that we don't love our clients, we absolutely do, but trying to service
Yeah.
like 500 clients. And I was talking to someone, one of our clients the other day, and they were talking about, I could just do $1,000 offers, and then I just need 100 clients, and I was just like, and she was like, I'm just going to hire a VA as well, and that will, that will be cool. And I was like, that's awesome, but business doesn't work like that, right?
Yeah.
Business doesn't work like that. You don't just hire off the VA and everyone is cool. It's the responsibility that you have. And I think when you say I only need 10 clients for the year, that's like, I'm like, oh my God, that sounds amazing,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the amount of value you can give in there. And I think also and Dr. Minnie, I'm sure that you've had the same experience, like when you are from the client perspective as well, from the client perspective, when they're investing like $500 compared with when they're investing like $10,000, that is a whole different experience for them. And
Right.
it's kind of like, it's almost I feel a duty for us to make sure that the investment that they make in themselves, it's not
Mhm.
in the business, but in us, in themselves, in the system, has to enable that investment to be, they're focused on it. Because I think
Exactly.
we've all
Yeah, I
got,
think, oh, sorry,
I was just
Laura.
going to say, I've got stacks of programs that I spent $500,000 or less on, and that they've still got the wrapping on, or I haven't
Yeah,
downloaded it, I haven't opened the email.
absolutely. Right, right. And so I think that, what we want to do when we are offering something to our clients and teaching them to help them improve. And we know that if we're selling them a low ticket offer, there is a high chance that they're not opening it. Right.
Mm,
And so, yeah, we may sell it to them, but is that satisfying to us?
mm,
Because they're not gonna learn anything from that.
mm,
The
mm.
client that comes in and is investing a little bit more, um, is there to learn. Like they are there, they're watching, they're listening, they're doing whatever they need to do. So in that sense, we're helping our clients a lot more
Mm.
when they have invested a little bit more in the product or
I
service.
also I also think in the kind of transition of how you help clients. I remember sort of learning this lesson a few years ago, is that we want to help our clients, but they need to invest in whatever it is you're offering, because otherwise they take too little away. If they do open the shrink wrap, they take too little away, but they think they've got enough.
Yeah.
Think they've got enough, but they haven't, because you have so much experience, but they think they've got enough, and then they go away and they're like, okay, I've got enough, I'm going to go away and do that. And then what happens is they come back months later going, why am I not getting the results? Why am I, I thought I had to do this, but it's just not happening for me.
Right.
And
That's such a good point. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I feel like, you know, with the high ticket offers, we can teach them how to create it. But not only that, we're able to teach so much more,
yeah.
so many more details, right? When you have a low ticket offer, there's only so much you can teach in
Mm,
that.
mm,
With a high ticket offer, you're all in. The client is all in. And we, as business owners and trainers, we are all in as well, you know?
yeah. And
So I think both of those are really good points.
it's
And
kind of
so,
like comparing, isn't it? Like having a book, like what's in that book that you buy for $10 or maybe even $25 or whatever. What is in that book is kind of also in how you train them, but
yeah,
the experience is, radically different. And so
right.
I might read that book. I might get some key, I will get some key
Yeah.
takeaways
Mm-hmm.
from that book.
Mm-hmm.
But then that book doesn't help me implement to get the results. It just gives me
Yeah.
some of the information. And
Right. I think somebody had said it's like reading a book about climbing Mount Everest and
yes,
then actually having a Sherpa
yeah,
taking you
that's
to the
it. Yeah,
top,
yeah, yeah. I've heard
right?
that. Yeah.
And so, yeah, I would not read a book and think that I could
Yeah.
climb Mount Everest by any means. So that gets to the whole point of having a mentor or having
Yeah.
somebody that you can trust that's been there and done it. And that's been lucrative in their business doing that, that you can just ask them and they're going to follow you, as opposed to if we just send you a guide and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this is how you do
Go
it.
and climb the
Totally different.
mountain. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's a really good analogy actually, because like there's just no way you climb the mountain with
Mm-mm.
on a book. So we kind of talked about what those low tickets like offers have their place in some context, but really to get results for your client, high ticket is the only way to go. And I think it's like a light switch that you can't switch off.
Yeah.
Once you've got it, you're just like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yes. It's
get
so
it.
exciting.
It's
It's so
so
exciting,
exciting.
honestly, to be able to offer that to people and teach them how to do it, because you're right. When the switch goes off in your head that this actually can help you reach those goals so much
Yeah,
faster,
Yeah.
it's an exciting moment to see that in the client's eyes as well when they
Yeah.
finally get that. So this is something that I just feel like it's something so important, I think, for business owners to understand. And a lot of people are not doing it.
Mm,
I mean, there are high ticket offers out there, but people don't know the steps. There's a framework.
mm,
Right, Laura? So like I know that in this offer that we've created here, you have a very simple framework.
mm.
It's not complicated. And if people just follow that framework, they're going to be
Get
able
results.
to use us as mentors and get there.
It's yeah, exactly. And you know, it is about simplifying the process and the framework. You know, when it comes with all the marketing noise, all the stuff that goes on the internet, you know, I'm constantly bombarded with marketing
Mhm,
messages. You're
mhm.
constantly bombarded with everybody is, and it's so confusing to think, you know, do I need this channel? Do I need that? Do I all this stuff that's going on? But actually, when it comes down to it, there really is only three steps you need. And I think this is why this offer is awesome for people that invest in it, because it's like number one, it's creating that high ticket offer, and creating it in a way that there is perceived value in it. It's what the you know it's that type of stuff is converting in the market already.
Yeah.
You can
Mhm.
jump ahead when you have the right tools, right?
Right.
You can save yourself weeks, months, years of trying to work out what people want, and you with this system you can jump ahead and get to the market what the market wants very, very fast, and
Yeah.
build the high ticket offer that is desirable for the market, right? And it
Right.
just it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
An
Yeah.
offer the market wants, of high value, that
Yeah.
you can give huge an incredible experience to. Step one,
Right.
right? That's cool.
Yeah. Well, I think, I think that all of us have been through this, especially when we're at the point that we are at now, is we have been through the hard stuff. Like we know what it was like in the trenches. And now we know what it's like when you can be on the other side of it. And so if we can offer that to our clients, it's so amazing. And that's why I just want anyone that's watching here is to just think about the amount of time that you've already invested in it and the blood, sweat, and tears kind of thing. And this is a way for you to get your
Fast
life
track.
back. Get your life back. Like you want to work, you want to serve your clients, you want to have a successful business, but you also want to live your life and have that balance. And this is a great way to bring all that back to you. So I really highly recommend that if you have any interest in moving your business forward, that you just consider it. Like I would schedule, just DM us, right, Laura?
Yeah,
Just give
yeah,
us a
yeah, yeah.
DM and, we can schedule an exploratory call and learn about your business and kind of tell you whether we think that it would be a good fit or not. Now, there are businesses that really are not at the point yet where they're ready to create a high ticket
Mm,
offer. You have to be at the right point, and that's what will help you with, like, to figure out, is this something that will work for me? And then if you are a good fit for that, then we'll tell you that too. So it's a completely no pressure sort of call. It's
yeah.
just exploratory to see um, whether we think that it would be a good fit or not.
Yeah, 100%. And we're going to go through exactly how that works for you in your business.
Mhm.
Um, and like the other two steps that we're going to go through and help you with are also, once you have that high converting offer, you then, how do you pitch it in an authentic way, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And again, there's lots of salesy stuff out there, but I think for most coaches and coaches and consultants, you just want to do it in a cool, casual way that people are engaged with. So
Right.
having that simple step in there too, having the right pitch, having the right script, so that enables you to do that very easily, and it
Yeah.
becomes very attractive, doesn't it? It
Right.
becomes really
It
attractive
does.
to other people.
It
Um,
does. And I think it also, I think one thing that both of us believe in is that you should still be very authentic, right?
mm,
Authentic to your own voice and who you are.
yeah,
So we don't want to do something or write in a way that doesn't feel real to us,
yeah,
So that's one thing that I definitely am following now, is just creating messaging that feels like it's me, and
Mm.
that when I'm selling something to someone, it's not somebody else's voice, it's my voice. And so we
Yeah.
teach you how to do that as well.
Mhm. And it's cool. And actually, I'll give you a very quick example. I was training a team using this script that we use, and one of the things someone said, and I thought this is really poignant, is that she said, normally I go into these sales, I'm not a salesperson, but I have to sell as part of my job with the client, the clients I work with, and normally I go in and I'm just like, I'm nervous. I'm like thinking, what have I got to say? There's all this sort of pressure on you and
Mhm.
sort of pressure to sell. And it just makes it so awkward. And she said,
Yeah.
once you gave me that framework, Laura, once I got that, I was like, I was like, whew, I was actually excited to go in and have those conversations, So again, it's
Yeah.
like light bulb moments. Once you have these tools in the system, it just makes business much more fun and enjoyable,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's
Takes
like a
all that pressure
no-brainer.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the light bulb goes off, it's a no-brainer. It's like, oh, I see how this is actually going to take me to that level
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
all the work, and
Without
that's
all
another
that.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we do also help you, because it's important in this day and age and where we are with AI, that you also understand how to implement AI into your product and into your system, because if you don't follow some of these things that are happening, that are there now in our world, especially with marketing and advertising and stuff, you're going to be left behind. So we do, but we only tell you what you need to know. We've
Mm.
curated it. We have looked at many, many different tools out there, and we know which are the ones that are going to like help you move forward. So
Yeah.
all of that is like, you don't have to worry about that. We've got you covered.
Yeah, and you don't have to be technically anything, do you?
Hmm.
Actually, the power of AI is not in the technical ability. It's about having the right prompts and having the right thing, the tools,
Yeah,
getting rid of 95% of the stuff that is not helping, and
right.
really laser focusing in on your clients, what they want, their needs, their
Yeah.
desires, their fears, their aspirations, and that speeds everything up so
Yes.
quickly.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I mean, we know about, two or three things that can really take you there.
mm,
That's going to help you with automation, using AI, creating your high ticket offer, identifying your
yeah,
client, all of those things, but you don't
anything
need
else?
you don't need 10 different tools. You just need a
Yeah,
handful, and we've identified them for you. So
yeah,
that helps too.
yeah, yeah. And then finally, the third simple step is being able to sell and scale the offer. So you have your offer, you know how to pitch it in an authentic way, and then it's about selling and scaling it and being able to take the action really fast and
Hmm.
building momentum. And I know lots of people think that sort of momentum and speed is, it's, as long as I get there, I get there. But actually, having the right people around you and being able to take action fast
Yeah.
is so much easier, isn't it, Dr. Minnie? I'm
Yes.
like, oh, I spent 10 years trying to go steady and
Yes.
slowly and do it on my own. And
Hmm.
it takes so long if you ever actually get there. But once you follow a system that's
Yeah.
already working, that's proven, and you're just surrounded by people taking that action,
Yeah.
it's
That are going to
golden.
elevate you.
You're just going to get there so much faster, so much easier,
Yeah.
and it's fun. It goes back
Yeah.
to your thing, what you were saying about we didn't set out our businesses so that we could slog all day in the office, spend
Yes.
time away from our families, and be
Hmm.
grumpy because
Yeah.
things aren't working the way we thought they were going to, right?
Right. Right.
It was about, creating value. It was about creating freedom and wealth
Yeah.
and have some meaning in life. So,
Yeah. And I think what you said about, being surrounded by the right people is so true. And I think also finding mentors.
mm,
My business up leveled when I found mentors, because
mm,
they were telling me, yes, this is going to work. No, that's not going to work. Here's how you do it.
yeah, And here's the
And I
step,
thought that I didn't
right?
need that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that, oh, I'll figure it out. I'm gonna watch a few YouTube videos
Yeah. Read a
and
few
maybe listen
books.
to some podcasts and
Yeah.
read a book and I'll be fine. I
Yeah.
can do all
Yeah.
this. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did try that, but
Yeah.
I found that it wasn't until I really invested in a couple of different mentors that I have that really I figured out how to take it to the next level.
Yeah. And I think we're our own worst enemy. And I think we think that, but then stuff changes. And I think by having mentors, you really have the sequence and the fast track to where you're
Yeah.
going. Even if you could read that in a book, which there probably isn't because it's not
Yes.
personalized to you,
Yeah.
you deviate. I think I
Hmm.
deviated and went off on tangents for at least 10 years before
Yes.
I was like, I need somebody who's going to keep me on the right path to get to the goals that I want. And
Right.
that again, it's like the people, the momentum, the ability to take the right next step and the sequence that you need to take. And it's not actually that more to it than that, is there? That's kind of
Yeah.
like, it sounds really simple, but it's not.
It,
It's like offer, pitch, scale, done.
right. Right. Yeah, and just knowing the framework that works, that we
Yeah,
know it's a proven framework that works.
yeah.
So I
And then,
definitely I definitely feel like my life changed once I was willing to trust that somebody else had been there and done it and that I was going to be able to follow that same path and get
mm,
there much faster, you
mm,
know?
yeah, 100%, 100%.
Hmm.
So if it sounds like it's something that you want to have a conversation with us about, as Minnie says, set up a call with us, direct message us
Yeah.
in the link below. Let's have
Yeah.
a conversation, see if where you are in your business and your business sort of fits with the system. And there's absolutely no pressure at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
If it's a right fit, then great. We can talk about how we can help you get to those goals much faster and much
Yeah.
easier and much more fun. And if
Yes.
it's not a good fit, then that's cool as well. So
Yeah, yeah.
just
And
let's have a
I think that
conversation.
sometimes to a fault, I've been on calls with potential clients before, and sometimes at the end of the call, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you just taught me a bunch of stuff."
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that my belief system is that I give stuff away. Like if you
Mm.
ask me questions, I'm going to help you. I'm going to answer those questions for you. And so you may actually come into the call and learn something, at the very least. But yeah, we would love to talk to you. And so just send us a message, DM us, or put a message in the comments and we'll reach out to you.
We'll follow up.
So
Yeah.
we do have a deadline that we're running this program for. This offer is
Yes,
till
we do.
Friday night. So just be sure we do have some really kind of cool bonuses for fast action takers. So the first couple of people that sign up, we have a couple of bonuses and we can talk about that too. But what we'd like to do is talk about your business first to see if it would be a good fit. And
Mhm.
then if it is, then we do have like some of these fast action bonuses and things like that.
Amazing bonuses, actually. And I didn't mention
Exciting.
them, but there are. We're going to leave it
Yeah.
as a cliffhanger. But there are, because the system works already, but these are
Yeah.
just to, even better experience, even faster, even, everything is
Right. Right.
can
The
only
goal
get,
is fast,
yeah,
right? The
speed.
word of the night is fast. So,
Yes, 100%. Okay, awesome. Well,
all
we'll
right.
speak to you all very soon. And thanks for catching up, Dr. Minnie. I'm
Yeah.
so glad you
Bye-bye.
made it back, and I'll speak to you really soon.
See you soon.
Bye.